So it's another Thursday, and the forecast is super interesting today. It's a low wind day. It makes it really hard to fly from hill sites in the UK when you've got no wind to ridge soar. But in Norfolk, there's a really interesting band of convergence forecast with the sea breeze coming in. So I'm going to show you what it's like to fly from the flattest county in the country, Norfolk, using a winch.
From our local station, it's only a short 15-minute train to Liverpool Street, where I grabbed a sandwich and jumped on the 2-hour train to Norwich. This year, I've really enjoyed taking public transport to go flying. 2 hours is a great amount of time to get some work done, check up on the forecast, and plus, if I fly cross-country, I don't have to go back for my car. From Norwich Station, I can get a bus which takes about an hour to get to the club. Or I can take a 30-minute taxi, or like today, I got a lift from a club member. And just like that, I'm out of the city, getting the field set up for a day's worth of flying. At the club, we have a north-south and an east-west runway, so we can operate in almost any wind conditions. The north-south runway is slightly longer, and today we were operating from the south, which will give about 1,000 feet or 300 plus meters of altitude to start the flight.
Okay, checks are complete. Tell me when you're ready to hook in.
Yep, ready to hook in. And here we go. I'm off for my first flight of the day.
Yeah, happy with that?
Yep, happy.
Launch to winch. The next pilot is Ben on his
Volt 4.
Volt 4. Line's running.
Tension, tension, tension.
Tension, 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 tension.
Because there was very little wind on the ground, I had to run for quite a bit to get airborne today. And once I did, I steered away from the trees before climbing away nicely. When I released, I noticed my brakes were looped inside the speed bar that had been pulled down by my pod as I ran. So I unhooked these and took the toe strop out from in between the lines as well. Now it's a case of finding that first thermal. Fellow pilot Richard was in the air and I could see him getting away in the distance, so I searched around under the cloud that was over the field and almost instantly found a strong climb. You can see from just over 1,000 feet here, we get a fantastic panoramic view of the North Norfolk coast. With a different wind direction, we can head there for an ice cream. But today, with a slight northeasterly wind, my plan was to head south and cross around the Norwich airspace to cut through to Diss, where I could get the train back home. From the first climb, I headed south, getting a new climb first over the new substation which has been put in for all the offshore wind turbines off the North Norfolk coast, then continuing towards the town of Watton. The sky wasn't a typical cloud-filled day, with a lot of blue gaps, but as I progressed I still found small, punchy climbs wherever I needed them.
Any lift? Any lift over here? Could be lift over the town. There's a few little scuffy clouds ahead. If I get there, then as soon as I go on bar, usually I find some lift. So a bit rough today.
You can see as I glide towards Watton the airfield over to the southeast. This has fantastic memories for me because in my late teens I was a member of 611 VGS, a volunteer gliding school run by the air cadets at this airfield before it was closed. I spent hours driving around this airfield in our bright yellow 4x4s, setting up the winch in the caravan, briefing cadets, and of course flying myself around this local area. So it's so incredible to be back here over a decade later, flying back over the same fields. From Watton, I continued to push southwest. The sky was clear and blue, but little white clouds would form just where I needed them. A couple of climbs later, Snetterton Race Circuit appeared on the horizon. At the circuit, there was a motorbike race on. I was getting low, but I committed to going over the road. and found a solid climb, hearing the motorbikes roar underneath as I climbed back up to thousands of feet. From Snetterton, my goal was just to lifty glide away. This summer I've been focusing on flying faster when I know the sky is strong. And this time it worked out 50-50. I pushed on a lot faster and found a couple of small climbs until I didn't.
Few fields short, but I'm going to put it down by the road here, hopefully. Oh, loads of sink. I was hoping to get some joined up thumbs. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Some cables there, cables there. It's wind.
Coming into land, I misjudged the low-level wind and had a fast downwind landing. I had to run it out. I packed up my kit quickly, booking a train ticket on my phone as I hiked towards the station.
So I've made it to Dis, just outside of Dis, which was my declared goal, because it's an hour and a half train straight back home to see baby Zach. And it was beautiful. There was a little bit more wind than expected up in the air at the cloud base. And every time I flew into a blue hole, a little cloud appeared. So it's beautiful. Flew with a couple of sailplanes at the end of the day. None of the military aircraft that were supposed to be in the area caused me any issues. So all in all, a beautiful few hours flying across the county where I was born. That's tow flying in the UK. It just unlocks a few more options to fly on days like this.
Look at that sky, still a bit of life in it yet. Interested to see where some of the others got to. They were going 100k to Bedford. Overall, this flight was about 60k. Other members made about 100k inland towards Bedford, and I was on the train back home in a couple of hours for Zach's bedtime. To create visualizations like I made in this video, go to trailstudio.app and visit benbowler.com for more videos like this.